Hello and welcome back to You Like It, We Don't. I'm one of your three hosts, Urbia.
I'm Maeve.
And I'm Jin. We've all just watched the Solo movie, and this is going to be our quick review of the movie. We're going to take it in turns to give you our thoughts and opinions, with a more in-depth discussion to come later. So on that note, I'll start us off.
Also, this is a spoiler review.
Okay, yeah, this is spoiler-free.
Yeah, spoiler-free.
So don't worry about that, although the discussion there will be. So, on that note, I'll start us off. Guys, what can I say about this movie? It was bad. God, it was so bad. It felt emotionally detached from itself. You get loss of loved ones, you get tragedy, you get betrayal, and everybody just deals with it the same way the Terminator handles a toe stub. It just barely any change in facial expression. To mention the fact that this thing had to be reshot, making it the most expensive Star Wars movie ever made. Estimated. I don't know, the tone just didn't fit at all. When it's supposed to be, gritty and dramatic, to have this joyful music in the background, like the first time Han and Lando meet. It's supposed to be, a relatively important moment. Meanwhile, they just over-jollify it. They just can't seem to fix the tone. Although I will say that I am happy that they finally came to their senses and brought back the original Star Wars score into this movie. Because I can't remember fuck all of that new music they tried to crowbar in since then.
Okay.
So, I'd say I was disappointed, but no, I'm not really. This movie was...
You checked your expectations at the door.
Yes, I checked my expectations at the door, and the movie just ended up being exactly what I thought it was going to be. Another noxious burp from the collective mouths of just this collective incompetence that has become LucasArts now. Quite frankly... If you want to go see it, fine. I won't stop anyone from going to see it. Although personally, I think we'll cover most in the discussion. Keep the boycott going.
Yeah.
Or do what Maeve and I did. We had enough points on a club card that we could use, so they didn't actually get any money out of us.
Yes.
My final...
We basically spent points, so we didn't pay anything for the ticket.
So Kennedy gets fuck all. So, I rate this movie, in addition to that, I couldn't see anything, it was far too dark.
Yeah. But out of 10, what would you...
So, out of 10, I have to score it a perfect 0.
Okay.
Absolute.
An absolute perfect shitstorm. And on that shit, Urbia.
Yes.
So, for me... I was, before the movie started, I really wanted to time to see, when the movie would turn bad. I was looking at my clock, I was like, okay, there's a stupid scene here, but, it didn't, get bad until 20 minutes in. And 20 minutes in, I was like, wow, I can tell this is going to be a really, really, really bad movie. And I was right. The rest of the movie was pretty bad. There's not much I enjoyed about it. I guess I enjoyed Chewbacca a little bit. Lando was okay. Solo was better than I thought he was going to be, but he still wasn't good. And let's see. Khaleesi was Khaleesi.
Yes.
I didn't really see anyone else.
Khaleesi.
I'm trying to think what else. The reveal at the end was lame as hell. It was pretty lame, the twist. Not much good to say, honestly, about this movie. Though it did leave off on a cliffhanger, so it looks like we may get another Solo movie.
Yeah, the plan
was tie in with another Star Wars story.
The plan was to give it a trilogy.
So the Solo movie doesn't fly solo.
Yeah.
Really?
The plan was to give it its own trilogy. That was the plan.
Well, please don't.
God damn. Well, I can't wait for the third one so we can finally say the trilogy's over.
Yeah, that was shit.
So, Urbia, out of 10, what would you say, ultimately, that you
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
2.5. Maeve, take us away.
All right, there's many issues with this movie. There's a lot of pacing issues. There's actually, I think the pacing issues really harm this movie. It causes there to be just weird fluctuations in the story, which kind of don't feel natural. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys were in that situation during watching.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it felt all over the place. It kind of does feel like it was made rushed. It feels like there was two directors beforehand working on it.
Although
then they were fired, then brought in another director, and then he was then given that. But I mean, there is stuff going around that the director did 80 to 90% of the work on that movie. So it shouldn't feel that bad, but it feels jarring throughout the whole movie. And just there's a lot of characters that are not unlikable. Nothing is really earned. Characters earn they earn nothing really. Like everything that happens to them just doesn't feel right. You know, whether it be good or bad. And that's a theme that happens throughout the entire movie, and it gives away it foreshadows things very, very much throughout the entire movie, to the point where you know exactly what's going to happen, except for that twist. But that twist was so bad that it was like, okay.
Yeah, but
I told you about the twist, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Know. He told me about the twist prior to me.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
But it was
nobody
so
believed
stupid
him.
that I didn't believe him. I was like, what the fuck? He fucked around with me. Dude, you like completely. Like, I was just like,
Outright tells you this is what happens at the end, and everyone's like,
no, like really, I told him, and then we kept on talking, and then at the end of the conversation, I was like, no, I'm not kidding around.
Dude, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm going to bleep out what you just said, just so you know.
Oh
yeah. You're not gonna bleep out my swear words, huh?
Oh no, fuck no.
Oh,
so yeah, overall, it is just a badly made movie. Look, just to put this in perspective. Two things happened during the evening while me and Majin were watching. First thing that I noticed, I was so bored that I started counting how many times I yawned. 12 times, by the way. 12 times, just so you know. Okay?
By the way, anybody want to play a fun game? It's called Count the People as they leave the cinema.
Yes. So, 10 people in our cinema.
On opening night.
On opening night, 8 o'clock on a Friday, opening night, peak time, 10 people there, and 5 people walked out in the middle of the movie. So yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's a very
out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd give it a 3.5. 3.5 out of 10. It was a very badly made movie. It felt like, you know what it felt like? It reeked of desperation. That's what it reeked.
Oh, sorry.
Notice me, senpai.
It reeked of desperation.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I had bad
Kennedy, you can see she is like she knows that this is like hard.
Like, how can you screw up the Star Wars franchise? Like, honestly, like it's. I don't understand. It's easy
also,
to make a good Star Wars story. Just
read
the lore. There's something there.
And just to prove all those like headlines that you are reading right now, where they say, ticket sales are higher than Black Panther and shit like that, because there are news articles like that going around the internet. I'm going to put...
Really? I saw it was only 14 million.
I'm going to put on... Yeah, it is only 14 million, but they're trying to make it seem like it's a good... Like, they're... You know what's going on. The paid-off news people are trying to spin it in a good light. So what I did and what many YouTubers are doing, they're taking pictures of screenshots of the cinemas where they were going.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put up 3 pictures from the 3 closest cinemas to my house, and all 3 of them are going to show you how full the cinemas were. Just so you know, not very full.
No, there was one that had 2 in it.
So yeah.
I'm assuming those were, well, idiots like us that went to see the movie because for review purposes.
Yes. So
There was one where it was 5 people, which means 2 couples in the spare wheel.
yes. So there's just no excuse for this. And you know what? Good on everybody who's boycotting this. Only the reviewers need to go see this movie. Other people who are boycotting, keep the boycott up. We need to keep this boycott up. Disney only understands money, and if they see that this movie is a giant flop, there's at least a possibility that they'll fire Kennedy.
Or at least she
a
gets to
possibility.
sweat a little.
Yes.
Sits
And
there.
There's at least a possibility. James Cameron.
Oh, God, stop it, James Cameron.
Motherfucking Cameron for president.
Oh.
I mean, director of Star Wars. Sorry.
I mean, director of the Earth.
I mean,
President of life.
Evan Urbius, like, seriously, do you want us to, like, phone him up and ask him if he wants to beat you? Because you're
Look,
obviously
the
his
thing is,
biggest
I'm not
fan.
really a fan of too many people, but James Cameron. God damn. God damn, man.
But yeah, but okay. Yeah, that brings us to the end of this review. We're going to have a more in-depth discussion within a couple of days' time. We'll be talking very in depth about all the things that are bothering us, and we will be going into major spoilers in that review as well.
and
So
we'll voice out, shall we say, strong.
yes,
Opinions.
So we hope you guys enjoy that, and we hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you for all the support and listening to 3 grown-ass men complaining. We hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share, and please consider supporting us on Patreon. If you want to receive updates on our channel, as well as when we release our videos, please join us on Facebook and Twitter. Enjoy, and see you all next time.